Okay, I have a project that I want to demo, and I I have this abstract daisy border pattern, but I'm going to do a simple little video, and I'm going to click on repeat patterns. I'm going to go down to total width and total height. I'm going to say I have 48 and 48. So width is 48, height is 48. I'll click OK. Now, what I want to do here is just demo the idea. I'm going to move these up. I'm going to demo the idea that I can change the speed. I have the stitches per inch on this should be set at 12. So I'm going to click on the quilt icon, and I'll do all of this from the 6-button keypad. I'll scroll over to the quilt icon, click the lower right, let the machine go to the start point, and down here you can see the SPI is 12. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK and quilt some of this. And after I quilt it a little bit, I realize, okay, I have the wrong stitches per inch set in here. So I hit stop. And what I'm going to do now is select everything on the screen. I have everything selected. So I'm going to go over here to my stitches per inch and tell it I want it to be 10 stitches per inch, not 12. So I've selected everything. And here's what I've discovered by testing this in several different ways. If I go ahead now and go and select the quilt icon, I'm just using the upper right and scrolling over, and then click the lower right, it's going to go to the start point of the first repeat in that row, but I've stitched a little bit of it. So I click stop. Then I'm going to hold down the bottom center and tap the upper right to go back to restart. And I'll click the lower right to select that. Now it's going to want to go to the beginning of the first repeat in that row. But remember, I quilted part of it. So at this point, I'm going to tell it I want to pick a new point. Then I will just move the machine up here to this point. Now if you look in the lower left at the bottom, the toolbar, it already says, okay, I'm stitches per inch is 10. So I moved the machine where I want it to start stitching, and I click the lower left button, use this point, and then I click quilt, and pull up the bobbin thread, click OK. I'll doing all of this on the 6-button keypad. Now we need to observe here that it is staying at 10 stitches per inch. Okay, now I'm going to stop out of this and I want to show you another example, and I'm just going to remove this quilt group. Okay, and I'm going to start all over. Okay, now in this abstract daisy, the stitches per inch is 12 because that's my default. So I move my machine to the upper left and I click on the repeat patterns icon. I go down, set in my 48, for the total width, 48 for the total height, and click OK, and it puts them on the screen. This time I'm going to let this first repeat stitch, and I'm going to stitch part of the second repeat. So I use the upper right and scroll over to the quilt icon, press the lower right to accept it, then click OK. After it takes, I pull up the bobbin thread, and I'm just going to let it quilt through this first repeat and into the second repeat. That's stitching at 12 stitches per inch, but I really want 10 stitches per inch. So I'm going to go ahead and let it do this first repeat and show you that you can also do this in another repeat. See, maybe I stitched this entire first repeat before I looked and saw what was happening. So it's almost coming to the end of the first repeat, and it's going to go and start there at next. Okay, it's in the second repeat, and I realized what I'd done, so I click stop. Click stop here. Okay. All I need to do is select everything on the screen and go over to the stitches per inch in the select pattern properties box, tell it 10. Then I'm just going to click over here somewhere and get out of that, and I'm going to go again, and I'm going to go and select the quilt icon. And it's going to go back to the start point of that. I let it hit something here. Okay, cancel that. Get out of that. I'm going to go back. I'll let my machine hit. 1, 2, 3. Go to the start point. There it is at the start point. Now I'm going to hit stop, the lower middle button. Then I'm going to hold down the center bottom and use the upper right, scroll over to restart, click on the bottom right to accept it. Then I'll click the bottom left until I want to pick a new point. I'll move my machine to the start point where I stopped it from stitching. Of course, I picked that out, tied off the threads, buried them, got everything ready to go. This is my new point I want to use. I click the lower left, use this point. Then I click quilt. It takes a stitch, and it just goes right on. So that's a way that you can do this. Now I'm just going to stop this, and this is just a demo of how you can in fact change the stitches per inch easily